Good morning, everybody. So it's another cold morning here on Broyans farm. I think it's about 32 degrees out. So right now I'm up in our hay mow, getting down some hay for our cows. I have to throw them out of here onto the second floor right there, and then I'll throw them out of here down to the first floor where the cows are. And if you didn't notice, Stacy's gonna watch me. That was a hole. The things you gotta do to get a good camera angle. Jeffy. So we have this hay here covering the hole in the winter because a lot of cold air will come through, just through all the cracks and stuff in the barn, go down into the barn, and then it'll freeze our pipes. So this actually helps a lot with keeping it warm down there. But now that it's becoming, well, we're into spring, pretty far into spring now, it's all starting to warm up and it's not such a big deal to have this covered. So we'll probably only keep this covered for about another 2 weeks. And then we can uncover it for about the rest of the year. Okay, so now the hay is stacked, and just for reference, right there is that hay hole that I just covered up, that I threw the hay down through. Went down to here, stacked it over there, and when you bale hay, they have these strings on them to hold everything together. And when the baler is baling, it kind of bales in these nice slices. So once I take the strings off, I kind of know how many slices to give the cows, and then I can start feeding. Okay, so now I'm up here in the greenhouse. I have to do some seeding today. On 3/29, I planted this cabbage, kohlrabi, broccoli, stuff like that. It's all coming up really nice. But now what I gotta seed today is like more celery and cilantro. I think I do more basil, stuff like that. But while I'm working on that, I have Frank out push weed whacking, kind of like this big area where it's always been grown up for years, so I want to get it cleaned up, kind of like I did behind the shed. And then while he's doing that, my Pap and Aunt Kathy are over here seeding again. We keep having to haul stuff from our second greenhouse here out to our third greenhouse out at our market because this greenhouse is just getting really full now. But I'll show you what's going on in here. Just like usual, Aunt Kathy's filling flats for Pap, and then also transplanting. He's working on thyme, and my Aunt Kathy is about to work on lavender. And once I get the flats filled, they're just kind of setting them around here. But I mean, you can see there's a little section here, but it's not going to be long. We're going to have to get this table out of here because we're going to need the room to put everything. So then right outside the greenhouse is here. Frank is tackling this mess. Everything is pretty cleaned up around the farm besides this, and it's kind of the main thing you see when you come down our lane. So I want to get this cleaned up. It's either equipment that we don't use no more and needs to go to the scrap yard, which is like some of that stuff over there, or it's very old equipment that my dad might not want to get rid of. So I just want to get it cleaned up and then move it to a better location where it's not right here, so we can mow, and also so that, you know, it's up off the ground and not buried a foot into the wet mud. So Frank's over here with the push weed whacker, and he's already going to town. Like, this sprayer is going to go to the scrap yard. I mean, look how nice it looks. It was high weeds all the way out to here, and he already got this section done. That push weed whacker is really nice for the big briars because with that thick string, it can really do a number on them. It's just, you gotta be careful because that thing slings thick brush like 20 yards out. So I'm not gonna get too close, but that's what he's working on. I'm gonna head back in the greenhouse and start seeding. Mom's here now. She's watering the seedlings. First time we've had sun in a couple days, so everything's kind of drying out. But now, today's Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, Friday are all supposed to be rainy again, so we'll see what happens. It's not really the greatest when we don't get a lot of sunlight because stuff doesn't grow near as fast, just because sun helps things germinate. Sometimes it's nice not to have a lot of sun, you know, it gives you a break from watering, but in all reality, you want the sun.
Because I'm just going to waste through wire.
Or we could put the blade on the weed whacker.
Yeah. You know what? That's an awesome idea. I just didn't know if you were game for it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I mean, I got a lot.
Because there's quite a bit here. I mean, there's this section here, that section there, and that section over there.
Yeah. That's
all briars. But I can imagine it's probably ripping right through this kind of stuff, right?
Well, that's what, yeah, oh yeah. It's mowing this down. I'm just trying to maintain it like a section. Doing it in sections so I'm not backtracking.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's looking, see, I got that whole pile of stuff like that.
Yeah, gotcha.
I figured I'd just put it all there.
So this is all loose? This pile?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's all loose stuff.
So we could just...
I could probably, once you get a blade on it.
Or we could just throw it in the back of the Kubota and take it down the ditch.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you want to do that.
This is pretty thick. We could even probably pull that sucker out of there.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I left it.
So now I'm walking home. I have my truck down here, over there, hooked up to the trailer. So I'm just gonna let that hooked up for tonight. But this is what Frank got done. Looks really good. Now we just have all this equipment sitting here. I went in with the skid loader and all those big briars that he couldn't cut down. I went in with the skid loader bucket underneath the roots and just flipped them up out. So now we can just throw them on a wagon and take them down to the ditch. So with that being said, I'm heading home and I'll see you guys later.